Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
Does have that? Yeah, exactly. We have both junglers here sitting in these bushes, and there's a couple ways this could go. I think they're setting. They want to set up for the dive. That means JJ can go in now.
Yeah, JJ and Elk is so low. He's easy pickings. Easy first kill. I mean, that is as sweet as it comes for IG. There's nothing for Beitron to do as he watches his bottom lane collapse.
Dragon coming through here, and the fact that they get it right before the spawn of the grubs, I think, is important. It does give BLG an opportunity to maybe fight for it if they want to early on, especially with JJ being forced to blow his flash.
Yeah, that has been sprinting all the way from base over to just try and make some impact because he knows that wave state is in such a treacherous spot. And he's getting some serious value. You called out JJ, burns the flash to get away from him. He gets an ult trade out of the Shy, who's trying to clear out the way for the dive that won't materialize in time. Beitron does grab the
See what I mean?
Just fizzles
So
out.
satisfying.
One caster minion. He's going to start the dive. I mean, they do back bin off the turret. But here comes the response. The Shy is going to be the target. He's trying to get pretty slippery, but the Tangle Bar root landed through for all, and it made the Pop Blossom so easy. Elk grabs that kill. Rookie's TP just a bit too late. So BLG get the first kill on the board.
Yeah, I think the two Drakes is really what they want because I think IG have been... Oh, I need to hold that.
Spirit Rush out of Knight, so gets two charges out, but Beitron's here for the turn. Charm going to go
nice.
wide, though, from Knight, so JJ gets around it. They try and slam him into the wall is Beitron, but JJ has to burn the flash. He's going to try and go back for his camps, but Beitron is there once again. This time it's the Crescent Guard. He goes for the Zinsec, but here's the Keeper's Verdict. Owen flashing forward into the Crescent Guard, gets the Tangle Barb down. Rookie has the hijack Spirit Rush if he wants to go for the trade, but there's no members of IG over on this side of the map. Mako and Gala are too late on the rotate. Let's see if IG still want this fight. They have no business being in this jungle, and Mako ends up paying the price.
And I was just about to praise IG for how they neutralize and minimize a lot of the early aggressive plays BLG wanted because it's important for them to be able to do it. The Shy.
The Shy's cooking. He gets around the entire equalizer. He's got the bigger health bar. Gets another big chunk of damage, but top lane chicken, no kills.
Yeah, but again, wanted to praise IG. I think they... Well, speaking of aggressive spots, On taking advantage of the, I was going to say new Nico, but it's really just not new anymore. It's been around for like a year. Those minion plays or something IG are going to have to be very cognizant of. There's two teams who play against Nico. And it's teams who press tab and teams who don't.
Teams that can count and teams that don't.
That's right.
Rift Herald. The next play here for BLG. Remember, with the Ren Smite advantage, they really should never be 50-50s. Keeper's Verdict also does a big factor, but the ult's going to whiff. Nonetheless, they pick up the Rift Herald. Can Beitron get the eye? Yes, he does. Rookie on the back end of the flank gets a huge hijack Pop Blossom, but once again, IG are separated on the fight. The Shy flies in with the Between Worlds. They knock down the Callista, but Bin is going crazy with the Flame Spinner. The Shy able to limp away alive, and Gala going to clean up. Knight goes down. And IG don't get the Herald, but they get a whole lot of gold. 4 for 2 on the fight.
And even though they secure the Herald, they get the eye in the process. You can see Rookie, he gets a really big hijack Pop Blossom. He's able to sustain himself, do so much, and look how many people...
Coveted Drake.
Yeah, I mean, no Xin ult. You have a very low chance now of winning that fight. I think they're going to take the Drake, and IG look like they want to play for that fight after, but ooh, again...
Oh, but the charm from Knight. JJ does not have Crescent Guard to protect him from this Ahri damage. Got the Rend in store for Elk if he wants to make sure that there's no 50-50. It's really hard for JJ to even try and risk this dragon, so it goes down and Ode flies in with the two-man Pop Blossom. The Shy is stun locked, falls down first, and that's all the BLG need. They fate call Owen back out to safety. Flawless execution from Bilibili.
I mean, it just doesn't get any simple.
Every minute at this rate.
Yeah, true.
24 minutes coming up pretty soon. And again, not a bad thing, just sort of
different.
An unusual spot to be in nonetheless. This is what we're a bit more accustomed to is two junglers scrapping it out and maybe kicking a fight off the back end of that as Gala gets claimed by a Tangle Barb. Owen has been, well, on it with this Nico. Nonetheless, getting cleansed out. Rookie, excuse me, in the 1 versus 2 does not get the Keeper's Verdict off the hijack, and Beitron returns him to sender. Uses the real hammer to throw up for the kill, and Knight grabs it.
Yeah, you can see the posturing here. Elk and Owen are walking down. They're going to secure vision. I think they're in a good spot to actually just go ahead and start the Otacon. They do enough damage. Again, their ability to secure objectives with the Ren Smite is so potent here. So they do have the run of this one if they want to. But even if they don't, they're just knocking down turrets on both sides of the map here. And BLG, they're winning big.
Holds waves at the perfect time. Soaks up a ton of pressure. Gets that top tier 1 turret. Forces Rookie to respond all the way to this wave. And while it didn't get them the Otacon the first time round, it has those lasting effects. And now the Opticon picked up for free. You know things are going good. You're getting good eats when you get Opticon with 0 response, but what, a top lane tier 1 turret? They don't even get this mid tier 1. They have the top points to cover it.
Yeah, I like this one, so they don't even give up too much in the process, and now they want to fight.
Oh, Knight, good charm timing as JJ goes in. Crescent Guard drop, but on. Fates call out. Nearly dies, plays his health bar to the absolute edge. Does sacrifice the mid-tier 1 turret. It feels like Bonon goes back in, and I spoke too soon. Elk has to be careful trying to play around those bubbles as Gala drops the culling. Good use of the clone from On once more, who continues to be so slippery on this Nico, and BLG don't give anything up.
Yeah, and look what's happening here. Because of this commitment to IG to take down, or from IG to take down this turret, they lose control of the map yet again. A big wave was under that bot tier 2 turret. They lost a lot of it. I mean, top wave is still in a really difficult position for IG to be dealing with. And because of this overcommitment, they get nothing from it. They basically cede control of the entire map. Because now...
Oh, and Beijuan, he's hunting. He went a little too far forward, but another clutch charm comes across. JJ has no Crescent Guard, no Xin Zhao ultimate. That's the jungler for IG down with Chem Tech Soul Drake up.
That's it. Soul's taken. There's really no contest to be had here. I don't even know why IG are even bothering to posture. They want to get front row movie seats to watch the Dragon Soul go through, I suppose. But at the end of it, no trade for IG, no response to be had. They just lose out on pretty much every level. They might lose a little bit more.
Oh,
wow.
This is the BLG I know and love. They're going for the throat. On with the 2-man Pop Blossom. Gala didn't even get to move for a whole 5 seconds. 2 kills just like that, and BLG are hunted for more.
Yeah, IG, they have to run with their tail between their legs as this game is really starting. Yeah, I mean, the setup is perfect. Again, this has just been the map state. IG really haven't been able to respond in any capacity. And now they kind of have a decision. Do we try and contest this Baron? Do we all in on the person in the mid lane? And again, the vision is good. Beijuan can hit the ultimate, but I still think they can play for this one.
They have the Ren Smite, remember. There should be no world where JJ could get away with this steal. He's going to fly in. The tidal wave comes across. It gets close, but still, Beijuan secures it. Meanwhile, Gala gets booted out of the fight at about 40% HP, and that leaves the Shy to his lonesome. He's going to use the Between Worlds to try and dash out, but guess who calculated exactly for it? It's Beijuan and On, who meet him on the other side of his portal. Down goes the Equalizer, and here comes Bilibili Gaming with complete vengeance and no regard for Gala and IG. This is clinical.
It really has been from BLG. What a great look for them. And again, you got to give some credit to Invictus Gaming for how they played out the early game, how they tried to keep things slow. But Bilibili, as soon as they got a little bit of control, they ran away with this game. And IG have just not been able to respond. And the map play, the objective setup from BLG has just been too good, and it's gotten them this absurd gold lead that we're looking at right now.
Good look.
And it does make me really excited if they're able to continue this into the next game.
On with another pick. Mako flashing out of an Equalizer. So you do get 2 ults for a surviving Nami. Small win, nonetheless. Oh, Rookie.
It's about to, I was going to say, maybe a small loss incoming, but Rookie's able to walk away from this one. But yeah, to your point, too, about this return to form for BLG, it really has been a nice look for them, especially here today. If they're able to keep that up, this is a team where you really got to look at them for title contention to actually win the LPL here in Split 2.
Well, here's the final stand for IG at their inhibitor turret. Hijacked Pop Blossom just to hold Beijuan at bay. Look at the line of Ganon minions just set up right here. Just firing along on that turret that if it drops, BLG are going to full send it. And maybe just wallet diff this one.
Oh.
On goes for a bit of an aggressive play onto the Shy. Luckily, he's got the Fate's Call to hold him in place. Crescent Guard, another defensive ult dropped by JJ as the equalizer comes through. Turret is down. JJ has no way out but to go forward. In flies Beitwan. They've got Knight coming across as well.
Oh my
Clutch
God.
Charm landed from Knight. He picks out the Shy from the fray, and that will do it. 30 minutes of near dominance from BLG to kick themselves off to a 1-0 series lead.
We're going to have a little fun with this one. Maybe bully Mako in the base, but what a great opener here for BLG. Again, no room for placements moving, but BLG, they're here to style.
And maybe most of
Alistar and Sion, like, how is Jintalia going to kill that man? I don't know. I just really don't see it. And the only other thing, online, they would be that 2-item mark where they want to be. And that's why you're seeing JJ go for the Drake right now.
So it'll finally started up at 11:30 on the clock. And Beatdown, how worried are you for IG now? Because we are already concerned from draft. Hold on, his Elk going to be the target of a pick play. He gets around the Solar Flare, but does not get away from the Seismic Shove. Doesn't have Cleanse or Flash, and there it is! Nearly 12 minutes into the game, IG strike first and get the kill onto Gala.
Yeah, really nice move there from Rookie. Oh,
we didn't see it on. We didn't see it. Nothing
nope,
to see here, everybody.
My eyes are closed. Only bright side, Bin knocked down 2 turret plates while Rookie was away. But at the end of it, not only is getting a kill onto Gala good, getting Elk off the map at all is a pretty big deal.
Oh, Beitwan. Oh, the flash, the resonate. There we go, JJ. That's why you picked the Lee Sin.
Yeah.
Style it.
Nice. It's exactly what we needed to see. Again, more proactivity, more aggression. Yeah, he's like really low mana. They have a wave.
Here comes Knight with the Jace. Weaver's Wall. Bin flashes.
Ooh,
not
the
enough.
last rock.
Here comes Knight, though. The golden left hand. How many kills can he find? He's got to get some pretty good target selection here. Whiffs the enhanced shock blast. The Shy is dancing around him. The kill finally comes across, and Beitwan's here to clean up the second one. Right when you think IG are making the better play on the map, BLG shut it down. 2-1 kills.
Using the Lily of Sleep is kind of crazy, but you know what?
Actually.
You secure the kills, Soul Landers for IG are down, and you are going to be able to get the Rift Herald. So it's a good way for BLG to get more gold into their pockets, allow them to equalize the very small gold lead that's up right now. On has to play defense just to make sure nothing funny ends up happening, but you got to imagine this is going to be a guaranteed take here. Can they walk out is the question.
They don't have that Lilting Lullaby, as you pointed out. Mako going to hold on to the Solar Flare. There is a Curtain Call as well. Shades of Corruption not going to land on a JJ. Owen got to use the Unbreakable Will. Flashes, one Curtain Call shot, the other one blocked by Elk masterly. The Resonating Strike comes through for
the
JJ.
kick.
And gets the kill onto Owen with the kick. Ben Helt, full HP, very tanky Scion, but there's no damage behind him. He's kind of just holding the line here, daring all of IG to jump on after him. They won't find that kill either, but still playing through. The Triforce done for the Shy. This is really a huge strong point for that.
Very quickly early on, but I wouldn't be surprised if IG would try to force it. They get an opportunity.
The Shy, I just love that no matter what's going on, he's just limit testing. How many turret shots can I take? How many Qs can I take from the Scion? Because you can't take very many Qs from this guy, this Knight. Jace coming across. The Seraph Shield, will it be enough to save Rookie? Ooh, wow, is that damage from JJ ridiculous? Where the hell did Knight go? Just like that. Double kill over to Rookie. IG fighting their way to wins once more. But Beitwan on the other side of the map is going to allow Bin to finally shut down that pesky Nidalee. Turret race.
I think IG are probably going to win that turret race. Although BLG do have the grubs. It's looking like that isn't going to be quite enough. Yeah, it's Feats of Warfare. That Lee Sin damage is actually hilarious. At that point, he had finished the opportunity. And it was buffed recently for melee users. I think it was on 2509, but don't quote me on that. And now, unfortunately, Elk.
Yomu's.
You get to live.
Needs to hit the Chains of Corruption to really make that outplay come across.
Yes.
Gala lives thanks to that. Mako, hello. Zenith Blade through Solar Flare. The stun lock comes across onto Page One. The lethality Lee Sin is disgusting, and the Wilting Lullaby is cleansed by Gala, so he can't even be traded back out. Shouldn't have enough damage to finish off Own, I would think, with the Unbreakable Will. He goes back in, though. Elk damage is just not enough to knock down Mako. The Shy flies in next, trying to find the XQ. Gets right back over the wall. Flash out away from the Deadly Force. The current call doesn't hit onto Elk, but it finds Own off to the side, and the rookie flying on in, surfing with the Weaver's Wall, mops up the next kill. BLG are starting to crumble, and here comes lethality Lee Sin again. Eviscerates the health bar of Elk just like that. IG break this game open to the tune of a near 4K gold lead.
And this is the gameplay that IG needed to go for here in this game. And JJ leading the charge with this lethality Lee Sin has been able to do so much work here. Knight is going to get the turret trade. But actually done well in these fights. He's setting up his team really nicely.
The picture, we see the Rift Herald used to try and knock down this mid-tier 1 turret, but it is not falling. They're committing so much to do this, but it's going to be to the tune of Beichua getting sacrificed. BLG trying to flex their very tanky front line, and that piercing arrow finally hit its mark. In with the shock blast. There is the combo the BLG were desperately waiting for from Elk and Knight. It gets them a big play to swing the pendulum back. The Shy trying to answer onto his own tier 2 turret, but the teleport was there for Bin. Oh my god, how's Knight done this? JJ so low, that's a huge shutdown. Gala's gonna trade it. And opens up the current call. He was so accurate last time. He found 2 kills. He's 3 for 3 on shots. 4 for 4.
God.
Gala is rent-free in Elk's head right now.
Oh my god.
7-0 on this Jhin for Gala. Oh, you were worried about it. Jhin is not a tank buster. We're really going to test that theory now. How ahead do you have to be a tank buster is my question.
Beautiful.
Oh, I thought he was going to count all of them out. That would have been. Oh my God, Knights! Oh, what is happening to BLG right now?
Oh, to be fair, IG's comp really good at finding picks. Knight, who is flashless. I honestly think there's really only one way that could have gone. So it's going to give IG the opportunity. They're going to secure this Otacon, get that permanent buff going for them, and BLG are going to have no response here. IG get this lead back up to about 4,000 gold. Exactly how they needed to play out. So powerful.
Still got both of his summoners available. Is Bin going to be targeting these side lanes, and there's more than enough damage between JJ and Rookie to cut through this health bar. Great seismic shove as well. There is no friends on this side of the map for Bin. And BLG, I mean, they're just, all they can do is, worries, concerns from this draft. And IG have just piloted these team fights so well. And on cue, though, we do see JJ get caught under the turret from a Chains of Corruption, but gets out to safety. On cannot commit the full combo down there, so the tier 2 turret will fall as well. And dire straits are coming across here for BLG. Is stalling out this game. Not really reality anymore. At the very least, Baron's up in, now. But the Hextech Soul available in about 2 minutes is so hilarious. Thinking about Beatdown, he said that Soul doesn't feel like it would be a conversation in this game, and if it does, it'd be too late and BLG would be too far ahead. That's not our reality.
True. Yeah, right now, instead, IG are actually in a really strong position, and they're approaching Dragon Soul. Oh.
Going after Knight, who gets picked off again by Rookie. This Chase gets 0 value. IG are laser focused on these picks. Want to force this series the distance. And the way they're firing, the way Gala's cooking, it's only inevitable by this point. Flashes for the crit shot, goes back to the curtain call. Finally, Elk is able to dodge one of these bullets. He'll survive, but surviving is not enough. There's thriving moments for IG. The Shy, the only one to go down to Beichuan, but Baron going to be the call here.
And yeah, they want this series to go the distance, and it's looking like they're going to have the tools to be able to make it happen. No response so far from BLG these last 10 minutes or so. It's just been all IG all game long. Yeah. And it's important to note, too, the way IG do a good job of splitting these fights up. Really, the only thing you're concerned about... Oh, I need to hold that.
Bye-bye, On. Nice solar flare in the back end there from Mako to catch Bin out as well. JJ hits the Sonic Wave, goes in after Knight once again. before he can get any value out of this Jace. He's immediately down to a tenth percentage of his HP, and Hextech Soul is up for the taking for Invictus Gaming.
Man, there's just going to be no response. There's no way BLG can actually contest this one. So another big powerful buff, I should say, goes over the way of IG. And you got to imagine, they got everything they need to win out this game and take us to a game 3. BLG, they're so far behind right now. And it's clear the way these comps are interacting that IG are really good at singling out members and bursting them down. Knight, it doesn't matter how strong or fed he is if he gets 100-0'd before he can do any damage.
And it doesn't matter if you drafted a tank frontline if they can't survive a 4-item Gala, who pops Knight from halfway across the screen. Owen flies in. He's just trying to save his mid laner, and he will fall with him. It is all up Invictus Gaming right now. They are picking off BLG one by one, and Beituan is next to fall. Invictus Gaming's 6-game win streak still within their grasp. The way they are dominating game 2, it's all going to come down to each team's final game on Summoner's Rift for the Rumble stage.
And right now, you got to imagine, I think this game is basically done. They're going to look and see if they can get a bit more, but the very minimum inhibitors are going to fall. And if they really want to push this one, yeah, I think they can just send it. Seismic Shove doesn't land, but they do so much damage here.
They're going to go. They're going to try get out. BLG are going to chase them out. They have a TP flank coming from behind. Bin, where's my team? He needs help. Gala's just crunching him right now. The piercing arrow sets up Rookie for a huge Seraph's shield, so he goes back forward, and this should be the final breath for BLG. Another great solar flare from Mako, and they've got waves coming forward. Nice TP flank, Knight. See you later. JJ's lethality. Varus is too big of a brunt to bear. Golden form comes out for Beituan. Doesn't matter. They're heralded towards their fountain. They're going to have to watch their base explode. What a response from Invictus Gaming. Pitching a near shutout against BLG, and we are going for 3.
Yeah,
once that ult comes online.
Yeah, that's going to be really important too when you're dealing with the Yorick. Therefore, Bin on the other side, because while Jax will have windows earlier on,
cancels back a couple of times, but the waves are thinned out in the moment from Mako and Gala. Still going to get the Vault Breaker through as Mako tries to cover the dive brush. They're going to turn their attention towards Beituan, who does get root collared up. He gets a shield from his E, needs to flash, goes for it very late, but still able to get out to safety. And now they're going to regress for the dive. They have the Elise, really potent in these dives, being able to drop the aggro, but they'll just take the plate instead and try and walk out. But Dredgeline 6 through for Mako. Here's the all-in coming across. The Sunlock onto the Elise. On didn't even get to go into that repel, and it's disastrous for BLG.
Yeah, I mean, the attention does force Gala to drop a lot of CS, but at the end,
IG, knowing that Gala is in a much more commanding spot than Elk, nonetheless, we're trying to sneak some dragons from Beituan. Knocking this one down. Mako has not figured it out just yet, and Owen is flashing after Mako to get the Cocoon to lock through. Electrocute, Ignite, more than enough for Elk to get the kill with one more auto. That's Dragon and a kill on the way out for Bilibili.
Yeah, it feels really good for them. And become really powerful later. Just gets that much more accelerated with 2 kills.
Both AD carries in pristine position. There's another Cocoon going to sink here for On, and Gala has to pop the barrier and the flash, but guess what? Here's the turn from JJ. Has the Grand Starfall. There's no way out for Elk, so he desperately tries to trade Gala. No siree. Feats of Warfare right on cue as the first ult from Pantheon is pristine.
Yeah, really good answer there from JJ, and that's just something BLG they're going to have to be aware of. They don't have the match for something like that Ground Starfall. So they need to be sure
On
of his location and on goodbye.
Face check. He's going to repel the first hook, but the root comes across on the auto from Mako. A couple more slams. The Ignite should do it, but the spear pointed right at On's way. And that is a 3-0 Pantheon. IG just as scrappy as game number 2.
I don't think we are anymore. I think that close game is over now.
Yeah, I slowed down because my eyes were telling me my words were lying to you all. So that is that two different games this series where we've seen a turret drop like near the same time with full plates. It's pretty disgusting. IG are going to just force a turn, though, with that global ultimate power. Owen had no idea. You just can't account for this Pantheon flying on in, and ooh, that one's going to sting for Bin. Does not flash over the fat wall. Nearly makes it a trade nonetheless, but that is a shy double kill and a shutdown of this Yorick.
I mean, it was a really nice response there coming through from Invictus Gaming to be able to minimize a bit what those 5 plates being taken was able to do for BLG. But still, I think Bin collected a lot of gold, and the fact that in general, despite the trade, this Yorick has become so accelerated, it's still a pretty difficult position, I think, for IG to be in, because now it's going to be a point where, ooh.
Good flash. Elk gets away from all those feathers. And the blade caller, oh my word, Bechuan. This is a one-way trip, buddy. If it was anybody but Zaya, I like that play. It's anybody but Zaya.
He's just taking a sip of his coffee like, oh, everyone close your eyes, guys. We didn't see that.
Hey, you know, he got both summoners out. That's what we focus on. Oh, never mind. God didn't even flash. That's a flash from Ondo. Goodbye, rookie. Doesn't even channel the shockwave in time. And this TP from the Shy also late to the function.
I'm just staring at this wave that he is stacking on this minimap, and I'm looking at some red pictures to move his way. Okay, rookie is going to TP. There you go. Maybe go for some kind of dive, but I think this is a little dangerous.
Let me try and get the ghouls close enough. I mean, one Spade Slam, he gets at least a plate. Ondo had to repel. Smite not going to find it.
Oh, they're going.
Fall through. They're diving on in for Ondo. There's a TP behind, but this Elise is as good as dead. Can the turn come across, though? This is a very strong Yorick, and in flies the Knight with the golden left hand, looking to swat down IG. JJ first to fall, cease and assist through for the Shy. The counter-strike stun will only delay the inevitable. Great turn from Bilibili to clean up that skirmish, and their main prize is going to be more plates and more gold to Bin.
And Bin is just eating good today, as the only real trade is going to be rookie maybe able to knock down a plate with that wave picked up. But does mean that if he's not around, there is no Pantheon, BLG are just much stronger.
Yeah, it's like transferable value of these gold leads, right? And
yeah.
You don't get as much value out of a 1.5k Pantheon ahead as where Bin's at. And maybe we're Knights heading because that looked too easy. And Maiden kill.
He's getting
Oh my
slurped.
god, the goals. He got slurped to death. Bin did it. JJ has to watch his top laner fall. This game is slipping out of the grasp of IG minute by minute.
I mean, we're just talking solo kills from both solo laners in rapid succession. While these waves are getting pushed in, no one can really respond to mid lane as well. So Gala is just there, worrying about the cocoon shot and to make sure he doesn't end up going down, but still getting chunked out in the process. So really,
now he loses his
in
turret.
danger.
Oh, nice Feather Storm. Can't cast it when I lock you down, Bechuan says. Cease and desist, gets the Vault Breaker through.
This already has the Seeker's Arm Guard as well. That damage is actually just really good and very useful here for BLG. So, yeah. Honestly, the gold is in a lot of great places at the moment here. Bechuan going to use the Herald to put a little more gold in.
They've got the grubs, so they might jump on out, and that tier 2 turret is down. Rookie again, if you step up a little too far, Knight just rocket belts on top of you, drops the whole Akali combo, so there's nothing you can do. The turret falls. Cloud Dragon here is Elk will help shred it. They're going to TP and Bin, though, as IG are starting to posture to try and get in for this Otacon, but it is a burning away. And before they even get a look at it, Otacon goes the way of BLG, and they will just run their way out. I can't believe I'm saying this. They don't want to fight. They don't need to fight.
Well, you're right that they don't need to. And to be honest, it's fine to walk away, too. I'm surprised the Shy actually goes for that TP. It was over before he channeled it. Oh, are we just sending it?
We're 5-manning for a tier 1 turret. They get a 2-man shockwave onto Elk and Bechuan. That's going to earn them the turret, so all right.
Sure.
On these constant Pantheon engages with Orianna shockwaves. You do obviously have the scaling of a Zaya and a Jax, but that's not present here, and Knight's about to show you why, at least for the Shy point, as he starts throwing hands. Problem for Knight is that JJ, oh my god, they have all of IG. This is a 4-man on Knight. This guy, all right, the wave's not even here.
It was to clear the wave. It was to clear the wave.
Okay, all right, so they get the wave up. Knight, oh, the flash does not come before the stun. A good try to sneak on out. But he will fall along with that tier 1 turret. They're going to give away that Cloud Soul Drake. Up to Cloud Soul Point.
They could take Baron really quickly, so IG unfortunately have to respond.
Yeah, it's like, we dare you to trade a Cloud Drake for Baron right now. Like that's,
yeah, that would be so funny.
It's just, it's not a trade they can make. So they're going to force the TP out of the Shy. It was below a 5k Baron HP, and the Maiden is not letting it reset. On isn't either. Finally, it comes through. BLG will take the win of getting that TP out of the Shy and calm things back down, but they've lost track towards the mid lane. And with Demolish, down goes that turret. BLG look for a fight angle in. On dashes forward a little bit precariously. He has the stasis and the repel available. Flank coming out for Peichuan. Maybe BLG finally do want to fight a 5v5 in IG's wheelhouse, but without Mako even healthy enough to try and add to the fire. The battle lines not going to force anything further for now. IG continue to backpedal as the Shy tries to hold off any sort of flank angles. Now we jockey around the Cloud Soul, but IG, they really just aren't in a position to ever fight this one. And boy, did Knight show them why, bopping them down with the golden left hand for Bilibili Gaming. It took forever for a fight to break out, but when it came, it was a wash. Down fall IG just like that. An ace at the 29th minute mark.
And a big ace at that, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be the end of the series here. Slayer, the spawn timers are too long, and while it wasn't as fast as what we're used to, it ended up being pretty exciting.
The series had no lasting stakes on your Group Ascent standings, but momentum-wise, down falls the IG win streak in 2 defiantly dominating games for BLG. They play the map better, and they go into playoffs 12-6.